Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a brand new week of devotionals. We've been studying different names of God, same God, but just different names, given to him as a result of a revelation that he gave to mankind. And every time he revealed himself in a new way, they gave him a new name, just to speak of the revelation that they had just experienced. Today I want to finish this series, and I think it's going to take us a couple of weeks to get through it. But I want to talk about the name of Jehovah Rapha, which means the Lord who heals me. Now, this is a great subject, and I think it needs just to do some justice to it, because I think, if we're to be honest, that this is one theology or one doctrine that has got the church into probably more trouble than anything else, is the idea of God heals. How does he heal? When does he heal? Does he heal at all? Are questions that are asked continually by people out there. And I think too that this has led to so much guilt in people who have prayed for healing and have not received it. It's embarrassed God, I'm sure, when we've made him sound like he said something that in fact he hasn't said at all. So I hope that over the course of the next couple of weeks we're able to bring some clarity to the subject of the God who heals, because indeed he does. But hear me out as we continue this particular subject. I guess healing would be regarded as one of the most visible of miracles. It's wonderful to see people being healed. It's wonderful to hear of people who have experienced the healing touch of God. And it indeed is a miracle of note. Many people are crying out today for this particular miracle. And the Bible is full of examples of God's ability to heal. 2 Kings chapter 5, we have that great story of Naaman, who had to dip himself 7 times in the Jordan River, and he received the healing from leprosy. In Matthew chapter 9, we have the story of the woman with the issue of blood who touched the hem of his garment and she was healed. In Mark chapter 10, we have the story of the blind man who was healed by Jesus. And so we see absolutely that God is a God who is able to heal. But today I'd like to look at Moses in Exodus chapter 15, and it's this chapter that actually gives God the name Jehovah Rapha. Exodus 15 is a picture of unbelievable contrasts. It's a story of the Exodus out of Egypt in the previous chapter. In chapter 15, they are reveling in the wonder of their deliverance. They're on the wilderness side of the Red Sea, and they are celebrating the wonder of this amazing deliverance from Egypt. And it's a beautiful song that Moses and Miriam wrote, and it starts off on an absolute high about God's ability to deliver. But sadly, from about verse 25, I think it is, through to the end, 22 through to verse 27, we have the tragedy of a short memory, because the children of Israel had no sooner received the deliverance from Egypt when they started to grumble. And it's apparent in Scripture that God does not like grumblers. And they grumbled against Moses just a few days into the wilderness to say, Moses, we're thirsty. Has God brought us into the wilderness just to cause us to die of thirst? Is he playing some kind of game with us? And Moses was shown by God a stick, a branch. And God said to Moses, take that branch and throw that branch into the water of Marah. You see, they'd come across an oasis, and the oasis looked so promising, it looked so full of potential. Only problem was, it was a disappointment. And it promised so much but delivered nothing, because the water was bitter. And the people grumbled against Moses yet again. Moses took the branch, he threw it in the water, and the water was turned sweet. And the people were amazed at what this miracle had done for them. And then God said to Moses, Moses, if you will stay close to me, if you will abide and follow my laws and my judgments, then Moses, I will make sure that none of the plagues of Egypt come upon your people. And he just reveals himself as the God who heals, Jehovah Rapha. Now this is a beautiful picture of the beginning of our theology in the miracle of healing. Now we got to correct some theology a little bit along the way, if that might be the right word. I don't want to sound arrogant like I got all the answers, but I have seen this a few times, and I hope that we can deal with it. But the first thing I want to do is tell you where we're going to go. We're first of all going to ask, why do we need healing? What is the cause of our illness? What illnesses are there out there? Then we're going to ask the question, what does he heal? And then thirdly, we're going to ask, how does he do it? And so we're going to work through that this week. But for today, I just want you to be assured that God is a God who heals. Doesn't just heal physically, he heals spiritually, he heals psychologically, he heals emotionally. So if you are needing a touch of God for any of these aspects of healing, I really hope that you hang in with us for the next week or two as we concentrate and consider this amazing subject of Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals. In the meanwhile, have a great day, people, and let's go save the world. Cheers.